All right, picture this. Imagine a civilization so incredibly advanced that thousands of years later, modern science is still struggling to completely unravel its secrets. Welcome to this special explainer. Today we're setting the stage for a journey into a world where literally every turned stone reveals a new story. To put their incredible timeline into perspective for a second, Cleopatra actually lived closer in time to the invention of the iPhone than to the building of the Great Pyramid. I mean, that is the sheer scale of the history we're dealing with here. In this explainer, we're going to peel back the sands of time to explore the most astonishing and thrilling secrets of this ancient empire. Make sure you stick around, because the final mystery we uncover might just completely change how you view human history.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Are ancient Egypt's secrets really buried? Or is what we found just the tip of the iceberg? To figure this out, we're exploring 4 key areas today. First, the monuments in plain sight. Second, the quest for immortality. Third, curses and hidden codes. And finally, what still lies beneath.
Section 1. The monuments in plain sight. Let's get right into it.
So how exactly were the pyramids built without modern machinery? These were never just simple tombs. We're looking at a mind-bending combination of raw power, advanced science, and profound mystery. I mean, think about the sheer impossibility of moving multi-ton blocks with absolute perfect precision. To put that into perspective, we literally could not replicate this exact level of architectural precision today, even if we used modern, laser-guided cranes. It absolutely makes you wonder, were they built just to be tombs, or were they designed for something much, much more?
Now, what's really interesting here is that we're faced with completely conflicting theories on their construction. The mainstream historical consensus suggests that the Egyptians used massive ramps and just sheer incredible human manpower to haul these blocks into place. But there are alternative theories that suggest something far more intriguing. Some researchers believe the builders possessed a highly advanced knowledge of physics and engineering that has somehow just been lost to time. Plus, you have this perfect astronomical alignment with the stars, almost as if they were designed as a direct connection to the heavens above.
And sitting right next door is another profound mystery. The Great Sphinx of Giza, a silent guardian with a human face and a massive lion's body. It's honestly one of the most enigmatic monuments on Earth. It just sits there in this eerie silence, projecting such a dramatic presence. When you look at it, you get this overwhelming feeling that it's been quietly acting as a guardian of a profound secret for thousands of years. But who built it, and why?
Well, the Sphinx is actually at the center of a few really fierce ongoing debates. First up is its age. While official records point to it being built during Pharaoh Khafre's era, an alternate theory argues that distinct water erosion patterns mean it could be far, far older than previously thought. Then there's the famous missing nose. Was it just natural erosion over time, or was it intentionally destroyed by soldiers like some legends claim? And finally, the most thrilling part, what lies beneath? Official records suggest it's just solid bedrock down there, but persistent alternate theories propose there are hidden, undiscovered chambers completely untouched by modern man. Moving right along to Section 2, the quest for immortality. To understand their view of death, we really have to understand their rulers in life. In ancient Egypt, a pharaoh held this dual power. On one hand, they were a ruler with supreme political power. Their word was absolute law. But simultaneously, they held absolute religious power as a living god. And honestly, this was a brilliant, virtually unbreakable political strategy. By framing the pharaoh as a living deity, it became impossible for the public to rebel. You can fight a king, sure, but you can't exactly rebel against a god. It was this divine status that justified the construction of those massive, elaborate tombs to ensure their safe passage into the next life.
And this brilliantly illustrates the science of mummification. See, the ancient Egyptians didn't view death as the end. It was just the beginning of a second life. Preparing these living gods for eternity was a highly complex science. Step 1 was the precise, surgical extraction of internal organs carefully stored in special jars. Step 2 utilized advanced chemical preservation, often using natron salt and specialized wrapping to completely halt biological decay. And finally, Step 3, burying the mummy alongside gold, jewelry, and secret writings to ensure their comfort and success in the afterlife.
There's a quote that perfectly captures this mindset. The ancient Egyptians took the afterlife more seriously than the living world. This wasn't just a religious ritual, you guys. It was a marvel of ancient science. Imagine creating a chemical process so perfect that it lasts 3,000 years. Because of these advanced biological techniques, we're finding ancient bodies today with their hair, skin, and teeth still largely intact. It absolutely proves how incredibly sophisticated their dedication to the afterlife was.
Let's dig a little deeper now. Section 3, Curses and Hidden Codes.
If you ask anyone what the most famous mystery of ancient Egypt is, they're likely going to point to the discovery of King Tutankhamun. Here's the timeline.
Back in 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter completely shocked the world when he unearthed King Tut's tomb, packed to the brim with treasures, weapons, and that stunning golden mask. But the real shock came months later. People associated with opening the tomb began dying under highly mysterious and unusual circumstances. The story exploded in the press, and to this day it remains one of the most famously debated mysteries in archaeological history.
Now, the terrified public back in the 1920s definitely didn't see this as a coincidence. To them, it was the Pharaoh's revenge. A dark, supernatural curse placed upon anyone who dared to disturb the eternal slumber of the ancient kings. The idea of a magical retaliation striking down modern explorers just gripped the world's imagination, creating this dramatic tension that still surrounds Egyptian archaeology today.
But let's look at this neutrally and demystify the curse a bit. On one side, we have the legendary supernatural curse, the Pharaoh's magical retaliation from beyond the grave. On the other side, we have modern biological science. Experts point out that, being sealed up for thousands of years, these tombs became breeding grounds for deadly, ancient, toxic fungi and dangerous bacteria. They had millennia to multiply. So when excavators breached the tombs and breathed in that stagnant air, their health was severely affected. Was it a supernatural curse or simply exposure to toxic ancient biology? I'll let you decide.
So the crucial point is, how do we know what they actually believed? It all comes down to hieroglyphics and the Rosetta Stone. This wasn't just a simple alphabet. It was a highly complex system of symbols and hidden meanings. And thanks to the Rosetta Stone, we finally unlocked their language as a master key. But here's the fascinating part. It's not a completely solved puzzle. Many symbols found on temple walls remain fiercely debated today, potentially hiding highly advanced astronomical data or lost rituals right in plain sight. It is a literal code written on walls that has kept its deepest secrets for millennia.
Which brings us to our final leg of the journey, Section 4, What Still Lies Beneath.
It is incredibly important to remember that archaeology isn't some finished, dusty science. It's a very active, ongoing process. The famous Valley of the Kings, where so many magnificent pharaohs were found, that is truly just the tip of the iceberg. Massive, groundbreaking discoveries are still happening every single year beneath the Egyptian sands. History isn't just sitting static in textbooks, it is happening right now in real time.
When we look at the future of Egyptian excavation, it is wildly exciting. New chambers and priceless artifacts are found annually by dedicated teams. Experts are actually highly confident that there are entirely undiscovered tombs completely hidden deep underground, totally untouched by modern explorers. Inside those hidden chambers, there could be lost treasures and texts with the absolute potential to rewrite human history as we know it. The true story of ancient Egypt isn't fully written yet because its biggest, most paradigm-shifting secrets are very likely still buried in the sand.
Ancient Egypt is far more than just an old civilization. It's an enduring mix of mystery, advanced science, absolute power, and human imagination that just continues to pull us in. The pyramids, the mummies, the curses, they all